You should not lose control when someone insults you. You must smile. Because when you smile, they break. And there you win. The man who reacts to every word loses the power he has over himself. And if there is one thing you must never allow yourself to do, it is to lose power. The insult is an emotional trap, a provocation disguised as words. The goal is not to offend you but to move you, to make you act without thinking. But you are not just one more, are you? You are the one who observes, who analyzes, who decides when to speak and when to be silent. Because when you choose silence, they choose despair. Today I will teach you how to respond to an insult in 5 steps. 5 calculated moves, Shelby style. Not to demonstrate strength but control. Not to win an argument but to gain respect. Because respect is not demanded, it is imposed. The first step is to control your reaction. Don't respond immediately. Every word that comes out unfiltered is a bullet fired without aiming. And a man who shoots without aiming sooner or later shoots himself. Look, breathe, wait. Your calm must be so solid that the other starts to feel ridiculous. Because it will be. When someone shouts and the other shuts up with a smile, the one who shouts always remains small. You must understand that silence is not weakness. It is strategy. It is the pause before the blow. And in that pause, the other begins to show his true intentions. He begins to stumble over his own words. Because without his reaction, there is no fire. He who masters the first second after the insult, masters the whole exchange. The second step is to read the intent. Not everything that looks like an attack is an attack. Sometimes people speak from their pain, from their frustration, or their envy. And if you react to that, you lower yourself to their level. But if you observe, if you analyze, you will discover something. Most of the time, the insult says nothing about you. It says everything about the other person. When someone insults you, they are showing it. You are revealing your insecurity, your need for attention. And that's power to you. Because the one who understands the mind of his enemy no longer considers him an enemy, just another tool in the game. Therefore, do not confront him. Don't return the offense. Stare at him with a calmness that makes your soul uncomfortable. Let the silence stretch. Let the other begin to doubt himself. Because that is the moment you begin to win. He who controls his emotion controls the situation. He who controls the situation controls the outcome. The third step is to choose your response if you choose to give one. Remember, responding does not always mean talking. Sometimes a look is enough. A slight smile can be more devastating than 1,000 words. But when you speak, let each word be like a measured blow. Without raising your voice, without showing anger. Your tone should be firm, cold, cutting. Like a razor that cuts without the other person noticing. Because elegance is the most dangerous weapon an intelligent man can have. Imagine this. Someone provokes you in front of others. He is looking for a reaction, he wants a show. And you simply respond. I don't need to lower myself to be right. Silence. That silence that follows is golden. The other is exposed, weak, small. Because you didn't fall for their game. The man who doesn't need to defend himself has already won. Now the fourth step. Redirect the energy. Every insult you receive can either destroy you or strengthen you. The difference is in what you do with it. The weak are poisoned by the words of others. The strong turn them into fuel. Every time someone doubts you, use it. Every word that belittles you should remind you of what you have not yet demonstrated. Let insult sharpen you as fire sharpens steel. For fire does not destroy steel, it transforms it. And you, if you're listening to this, were not born to turn off to mediocrity. You were born to become cooler, more certain, more dominant. Ordinary men are offended. Strategic men become stronger. The fifth step is the most important. Leave with your head held high. Because victory is not in what you say but in how you walk away. When someone seeks to humiliate you, your greatest defeat will be to see you walk away unperturbed. Calm, confident, without looking back. Because he who remains calm in the midst of chaos becomes the chaos of others. You do not need to prove that you are right. You are right. And he who knows how to read your silence will understand that he does not need to shout to be heard. Respect is not demanded. Respect is felt when you enter, and the rest is silent. So remember this. When someone provokes you, don't respond with anger. Respond with intelligence. When someone insults you, don't take it personally. Take it as a sign of weakness. And when the world underestimates you, don't shout your courage. Show it in silence. For the man who masters his reaction, masters his environment. And when he masters his environment, he masters his destiny. You don't need to prove anything, just remain unperturbed. Now listen carefully. If this message resonated with you, it's no accident. This type of mindset is not common. It is for the few who choose to think strategically. So, I want you to do something right now. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Not out of politeness, but out of choice. Because that will remind you that you are part of a minority. The ones who act with purpose, with coolness, with vision. And if anything you heard today made you think, leave it in the comments. Share your experience. Tell me what you would do if you were insulted in front of everyone. Your response may inspire other men who are still reacting out of control today. Self-control is not preached. It is trained step by step until silence becomes your best argument. And remember, you are not here to argue with the weak. You are here to build power, and power doesn't need to shout. Just act. So sign up, stay cool, and get ready for the next step. Because it's just getting started. And the following video will make you think like a real strategist. Look, when someone insults you, they are not attacking your courage, they are revealing your weakness. A man without control seeks to hurt because he doesn't know how to command respect. Therefore, you must not stoop to the same level. You must remember the 5 steps. The first step, silence. Because silence is disconcerting. When you do not respond, the other is left without fuel, without direction. Silence is the reflection of a man who thinks before he acts. He who masters his tongue, masters the battlefield. The second step, observe. Analyze the intent behind the insult. Was it out of insecurity, envy, or provocation? Understanding the source of the attack allows you to control the response. The third step, maintain your posture. Don't lower your gaze, don't change your tone, don't lose your composure. A man who remains calm in the face of chaos projects power. And that is what the weak fear most. His calm is more lethal than any words. The fourth step, choose not to respond. Because not every battle is worth your energy. Every word you throw should be a purposeful bullet, not an impulsive shot. When you save your word, you earn respect. And step 5, continue on your way. For insult does not stop one who knows where he is going. You don't argue with those who have no direction. You do not explain your vision to the blind. You go on steadily, quietly, with purpose. Nothing destroys a provocateur more than seeing you keep moving forward. When you master these 5 steps, you will see the world change before your eyes. Because you will no longer react from ego, but from strategy. And a strategic man never loses. He may appear cold, aloof, or calculating, but in reality he is in control. Respect is earned without raising your voice. He imposes himself with presence, with a steady gaze, with determination that others don't understand. And when you achieve that, when every provocation seems irrelevant to you, then you will understand that the real victory is not to silence the other, but to rule yourself. So remember these steps every time the noise of the world tries to drag you down. Silence, observation, posture, decision, and move forward. That is the way of the strategist. The way of one who thinks before speaking and acts when others react. You were not born to argue. You were born to dominate. And while others waste time fighting, you will continue to build power in silence. Welcome to Shelby Strategy, where control